Hello and welcome to the fan cams after round 3, after the Blues beat the North Melbourne Footy Club convincingly, 21 goals 11, 137 to 12 goals 9, 81, a 56-point victory on Good Friday. It's a nice time. It's good to be starting this at 8 p.m. instead of 11. So this will be fun. If you're new to the fan cams, this is basically talkback radio with the added element of video. So if you'd like to join in, please feel free. I'm going to put the link in the chat right now. I would like to see some new faces if possible. So if you have never been on the fan cams and you want to join, share your thoughts about the game, please. The link is going in the chat right now. There's your opportunity. Basically, there'll be a waiting room here. I can fit 12 at a time. Once you hit 12, it fills up. And we'll get this show on the road.
Hello. No, they get battered everywhere they go. Off they get battered everywhere they go. Everywhere they go. Hey, how was that?
Mate, that was well, that's what a lot of us wanted to see. Like a convincing, I mean, it wasn't 10 goals, but it was 9 goals. But a convincing win. Tried some things. Tell you what, feel like all we wanted to do was hit that corridor and really work on it.
Mate, danger game, percentage, ding. So, I mean, there you are, eh? I mean, that's the takeout. But, no, it was good. I mean, you know what? There was a lot of Richmond about that first quarter, wasn't there, for the half of it, where it felt like it wasn't quite there for us. And I'm not going to mention the umpires, but there was some favourable decisions that went against us and that ruined the momentum. But once we got the momentum, I said in my preview, you got to view this as football. You're away and you want 4-0. You don't want to be threatened. And I think once the boys showed their class, there is levels to this game. And I think we're now really proving to ourselves that we are an actual side, Tez. We're an actual fucking football side, eh?
Do you know what? I mean, they have beaten teams convincingly before over the last few years, but today's game in particular brought me back to 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 years ago when I used to go and watch us get battered by 10 goals and sit in the crowd and sort of sit there and think, it's all going to be worth it one day. One day we'll be doing this to sides, and today was that day.
I can't remember them times, Terry. I don't believe you. I don't believe you, mate. Nah, I mean, it was good to see. I mean, a real positive. I mean, that there was a few goals in them passages of play, like the Matty Owies goal. That is the new Carlton. Extended pressure. You force Zach Fisher to do Zach Fisher things. That's the most score involvements I've seen Zach Fisher have as well for Carlton.
Bang.
So he's going to get a guest rating, I reckon, this week. But no, serious. I mean, 70-odd points from a turnover. Do you know what I mean? 70 points.
Is that what it was in the end?
Yeah, man. So this is a new era from us. 76 points to 36 scored from turnover. 50 of them being forced turnovers. So that's turnover where, we've actually done something. It's not just because North have made a mistake. That's us putting a bit of pressure on. I think what was a real big eye-opener to me was Jacob Wheatering.
Yeah.
Because there was a great passage of play where Wheatering took the intercept mark and they cut some toffee in the cheer squad at North Melbourne dressed up as a rabbit, effing and blinding at the umpire. And by the time they'd panned back, Wheatering had already disposed of it and it was in the corridor. And I was making a joke. If that was Lewis Young, we would still be on Lewis Young holding the mark, waiting to kick it. So it just shows that zip down the back. We did look a different side, didn't we? And let's talk about my mate. Shout out to Ollie Hollands who brought out the celebration we discussed as well.
Yeah.
But Elijah Hollands,
prophet.
Not surprise, motherfuckers. What a football. I tell you.
Yeah.
Inject whatever Eli's got into my veins.
You know what, as well? I mean, I thought he looked like a guy that was playing his first game and the rest of the players on the field had played a couple. I thought Wiedering and Marchie probably had some of those moments too where they just looked a little step off. But once Elijah got into the flow of the game, mate, he just looked comfortable and assured. And yeah, that's a nice little pickup there, hopefully, for the rest of the year.
Oh, he was doing stuff that I remembered from the draft time. So when I was chatting in my preview, I said that people forget he's taller than Jack Martin.
Right.
He's better in the air than Jack Martin. Do you know what I mean? Like, that was one of his strengths as a kid. You really saw that. And he's got the ability to run through the midfield. Like, Jack Martin doesn't know what 20 touches is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's no disrespect to Jack Martin. It's just Voss likes these dual-type players, and he looked really good. And let's give a shout-out to the Italian stallion, the dreamboat, Adam Cherrett. Like, you know what? If you told me 3 years ago I would be watching a midfield and I'd actually forget Walsh belongs in the midfield,
yeah,
I started to forget, Terry. I started to forget that. Like, my brain at the end of the game was like, Pom Walsh comes into this midfield, and I'm like, fucking hell.
Like, where?
Shut up! Shut up! But no, mate, honestly, Ches was special, and you know what? It was a real strong team performance. They've really bought into that pressure, that tackles, that count. And my issue last year was when we played these sides, and you know what? Full respect to North, because they were very like they were Fremantle. They weren't going to go away. You had to knock them out. And North will be fine. Colby McKircher, sensational footballer. Harry Sheezel. But Harry Sheezel and Zach Fisher have a vulnerability. You put a little bit of pressure on them, you make them rush, and you start to see where they are at a level. And I thought Carlton's ability there to put the pressure on, and how many halfbacks kill us, Terry? We found the methodology. I was really proud of the boys. And you know what? Pat on the back all round, because now you've done what you've got to do, eh? You've got to put these sides away. And I'm talking about us now with the utmost respect. We're a good fucking team, Terry, now. We put these sides away. There is us and them. And we're in the us category now.
Well, I know that the first quarter wasn't as clinical as what we would have liked. Still ahead. But I thought the statement of seeing 27 tackles in the first quarter was telling, in the sense of the mentality to put him away early. And then, I mean, you said it. We spoke about it early in the week. It kind of reminded me of us 4 or 5 years ago. Got some young, hungry talent, red time goals. I will get to Nick Larkey. I've been getting hounded with messages about Nick Larkey. I will get to him in due course. I just want to make sure that I've watched the footage properly. But yeah, look, fair play to North. And mate, we're humming. We're humming along.
Mate, you can't trust a bloke that's nickname is something that we all buy pissed at 3 a.m.
Yeah,
like,
mate.
come on.
No, the nerve on it, mate.
Look at me. My nickname's Savlaki. I'm only eaten by people drunk at 3 a.m. coming out of Rebs. Well done to you, mate. Well done.
I might actually go and get a Souvlaki tonight, just in honor, and just like, I might get 2. I might get one, throw it in the bin, and then eat the second one.
I'm going to get one and just throw it on the floor in disgust, and then go home and eat beef and gravy.
Mate, disgusting behaviour. Disgusting behaviour.
In fairness to him, you know, I've got to say, you know, something that has surprised me in the last 2 years under Voss is when we have a little bit of a dust up, it doesn't look like it's something out of the WWE. And those who know me know that I hate the WWE. I just don't get it. So it doesn't feel scripted anymore. Like, Wiedering coming over there, that felt sincere. Do you know what I mean? That felt sincere. And you know what? We're a really good side, Terry, bro. Like,
mate, I'm just happy that I go to the footy now and I watch Carlton win by 9 goals. Like, I'm just grateful. Waited a long time for them to get to a point where they could do it, and you know, on to the next 3-0, 12 points. What's that? 12 points from 3 games, healthy percentage. Still got lots of improvement to come, but I've got a quick question. Charlie, what happened? Was it serious?
So it looked like he did his ankle. Like when I say did his ankle, something happened to his ankle. He was in good spirits. The talk coming from the rooms is he's totally fine, and they just shelved him. But they restrapped his ankle, and he jogged off at the end of the game to give. He was seen hugging Walsh. He ran up to Walsh and hugged him. So he looked in good spirits. You know what Charlie's like. Marchbank, that looked really bad on the replay as well. I mean, I've sat next to Jordan Boyd, and I can confirm that guy is all skin and bones. So a hit going into your skull.
I was watching it from right above, and I watched Jordan Boyd look at the ball and go for it. And I was like in the moment saying, no, you're not going for that. That's not the ball to go for. Couldn't believe it. I mean, he'll be filthy at himself. I'm sure he'll feel awful. So I don't want to add on to it, but I just thought it was not the right play to go for. And Paul Marchie's knocked out cold and whatever.
It wasn't. I mean, look, it wasn't the right play, but I'm never going to berate the players for trying to put some desperation in defending.
That's
like,
fair. That's fair.
Years ago, I remember a couple of years ago beating shit sides, and you and me used to complain that it looked too much like a training run.
Yeah, that's fair.
They'd put the ball in the court. I mean, the only time I was worried about the boys was when Callum Coleman-Jones, and I hope he's all right because I really do like Callum. He's a good little footballer. But when there was that 5-minute break, it looked like it disjointed us a little bit, and it took us a while to get going. It felt like the start of the game again. But you know what, fair play. You've got to put these teams, and you know what, full credit to North and full credit to the Blues. They could have put the foot off the gas, but they tried to impress the fans. You keep asking the questions of this team, and somehow they keep finding the answers. And you know what, next week, Adelaide Oval, Fremantle. Oh,
everywhere they go.
Mate, I can't wait. I genuinely can't wait. But you know what? Wasn't a sexy performance at times. There was issues at times. But end of the day, winning moves you one step closer to the flag, doesn't it? And they've just taken another left foot in front of their right foot, and we do it again. And you know what? Walsh in that midfield, Terry. Give me for Walsh. Oh, you dirty boy. Walsh in that midfield. Can I just give a shout out to TDK as well? Tristan Zeri.
Yes.
Is a little arsehole. He's a little arsehole. He's hard work. You know what? I thought that was a more mature TDK performance, that he understood how to play the game. And shout out TDK, because that was a tough assignment. And I had a beer with my mate last week the first week when GWS beat North. And my mate was like, oh, this is where your side can't do what GWS do. They can go in third gear and be a 5-goal better side. He was like, I question Carlton would have to go level 5 to do this. My opinion, I thought Carlton went level 3 the entire time, and we just battered them. Yeah. So, not surprised. Where are you now? Hey, Jeff, where are you now? Crying about that in my fucking couch, telling me my Blue Boys can't go level 3 and beat a side. We just did, mate. We smashed them. Smashed them at level 3. Where are you now? Ask another question, Jeff. You tits. Love you, though.
Pommy, love your work. Thanks for tuning in. And, wow, ratings. I'll see you on the ratings Sunday evening.
Mate, can't wait. And also, shout out the Blues, $110. I've just drawn it out, so we're giving 110. We made a multi between ourselves, and if it won, we're going to give it to the Good Friday appeal. So, chat, we'll transfer that 110 to the Good Friday appeal. You know what? I might even sign up for a little cheeky monthly direct debit. Bit of a tax write-off, baby.
Happy Easter, mate. Take it easy.
Happy Easter. Peace, love, everyone.
Amazing. So I've got a link in the chat. It's the BA pin. So if you haven't got a BA pin yet, there's lots of them going around tonight. Get your BA pin right there before they go up. Okay. Also, let's move on. Jim, hello, mate. I think you're on mute, brother. Yeah, you're on mute. All right, I'll get you back in shortly. Where's Zach Borg? Young Zach Borg growing up before our very eyes. How are you? Yep. Good, mate. How are you?
I'm on the V line at the moment.
All right. Call me back when
so,
you. Do you want to call me back when you get some reception?
All right, yeah, all right.
All right. Here he is.
What's going on, Tez?
Mate, 9-goal winners. 9 goals,
Hey, man.
50 points.
How weird did it feel to, like, not stress?
Weird. Very.
Bro, it was boring at the end.
Yeah.
Like, oh, yeah, we're going to win. There's no stress. Like, I'm not even sweating. Me and the boys were literally saying, like, it's just boring. Like, I don't know. I want some excitement.
Oh, I don't know. I was pretty excited. I think we're just used to drama and stress, you know?
Yeah. It almost just, like, felt like underwhelming. Like, we're not used to it. We don't do this. So, not recently anyway. But, hey, solid performance. I love that we kicked straight after quarter time.
Yeah.
Because I thought, man, 5 goals, 6 at quarter time. I thought, man, are we just going to, like, win by 20 points because we're going to kick, 12 goals, 19 or something. But, hey, man, we hit 20 goals. It was a good, rounded effort, I felt. How did you feel today?
Mate, I thought it was one of the few 4-quarter performances that I've seen the group put on in a while. Like, I know that we're ahead of North in our development, but that is something that we've been talking about for a long time, and we still haven't been able to make it look convincing. So, you know, I know I'm not getting too carried away, but also at the same time, I actually like the fact that we just constantly pushed the bill to go through the corridor and really work on that part of our game. Almost not a training one, but like to practice going through the midfield. Like, they could have done it the easy way, chip their way around, but I just liked the dare. Even when we were, clearly going to win the game, we just kept going for it. And I mean, what was it? 70 plus tackles. It was 76 tackles, mate. There you go.
Bro, remember when we couldn't, like, we weren't laying like 10, 15, 20?
Yeah.
Hey, Fogarty's tackle pressure in that first quarter. Everyone always, commends him on his tackle pressure, but Jesus Christ, that first quarter tackle pressure by Fogarty was off the chain, man. And even Durden didn't touch the ball much, but I was really happy. Like, I was saying during the week that he was my player to watch because I thought we need a big game from him. And 4 or 5 touches for the game, fair enough, but took his chances. And he just, man, the forward pressure he put on was just great. And it's, little confidence boosters, yeah? So, yeah, I'm really happy with that, man.
It's a nice way to set up. Get Wiedering back in the fold. He'd look like he'd be good for the run. Marchbank, that's just devastating for him.
Unlucky.
But, I think Kempy went all right in the VFL today. So if he needs to come back, that'll be a nice little Kickstarter for him.
Next man up.
What do you make of DeConing today?
Oh, bro. TDK is literally turning into a man right in front of us every week.
Yeah.
Every week. He's just growing in confidence. He's starting to throw his opponent around a bit as well. And he's starting to really hurt the opposition with his tackles. And I love what I'm seeing from TDK. It's exciting, man. It's exciting.
Yeah. Well, listen, you can't start the season much better than 3 wins. So what's your view on the start of the year?
It feels different to last year. Last year we won the first 3 or 4, apart from the draw with Richmond. But it kind of felt like it wasn't convincing. It's convincing this year. Like we've played quality opposition. At North, look what North's done over the last couple of weeks. They took it right up to GWS. They were up by 5-6 goals against Freo. They're not as easy as as a lot of people would think. I feel like we've kind of certified ourselves as contenders. We are contenders, and we're serious about it.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, I'm loving the first few games. Where do you think we rank in the comp at the moment?
It's hard to say because we've all played different teams.
Yeah.
I just think we're right up there. We're in the mix. We look like we're in the mix.
Yeah.
So
it's exciting, huh?
It is, mate. Well, have a great
I
night.
say it every time, bro. We were there for dark days, man. Let's just enjoy these, bro.
Amen. That is the message. Enjoy it while we have it.
Exactly, man. Have a good night, Tez.
You too, mate. See ya.
Take care.
All right, Jimmy. Let's try again, brother.
You got me now, yeah?
I've got you now, man. How you doing?
Yeah, sweet. I'm going well, man. It's been a while, but what I wanted to speak about is it's crazy how things go full circle. Like, oh no, lost me. Joking.
No, you're just like cutting out a little bit. You're like choppy, but I can hear you.
Give me once. All right, give me a sec. I'll whack it back on Wi-Fi. It should be right. Fuck.
All right, come back, Charlie.
Yes. Whoa! Didn't realize I was in.
Yeah, mate, you got to be ready, mate. In that waiting room, you got to be ready.
Yes, I was messaging a friend, but very relaxing game, I have to say. I found it pretty relaxing the whole way through. My dad didn't. He was yelling at the TV a lot. I think he was just a bit more annoyed at some of the little mistakes, like just fast handballs from TDK is the only thing I could say about his whole performance. I thought a few times. I think there was two, one on the camera side and then one on the far side where he handballed it straight away off a mark. But otherwise, I know we were just talking about TDK. I thought he had a very good game on Cherry. But I don't know. It's very weird to win like that. I don't think we did that last year too much at all. We're kind of, even the games in the streak, we were up for them and we were heightened. Whereas that one's just kind of the whole time just felt safe. If that's a good word for it.
Yeah, no, that's fair point. Fair point. I feel like we're 22 minutes into the fan cams, and I feel like we're doing old mate Harry Mackay an injustice without even mentioning him.
Oh, yes. I was thinking the same thing.
Let's talk. Tell me about Harry Mackay and how you watched his game.
I traded him into my Supercoach this week, so I was keeping an eye on that. Got rid of Orazio, which hurt me, but put him in, and I don't know. I remember a point in the third quarter. I think he took the mark on the 50 and he missed it. But I just remember thinking, like, we look serious now when Harry's on. Like, last year, people were saying from other teams, they were talking about how Harry, if he's on, we look scary. And I was kind of like, I think he does a lot off the ball. But when he is on, he is very scary. I have to agree with him. We look very tough to stop.
Yeah. I mean, we're blessed. We are blessed to have two Coleman medalists in the team. And, Harry's just, you just see the preparation that he must have put in the off season. He looks so much more confident in the way he moves his body. And then, the two of them together are dynamite. And then I thought probably got some really nice supply, supply one, but also the impact we got from our smalls. I think he kicked 3, Dirds kicked 2.
Yeah.
Orazio kicked 1 very, very late in the game. But I think if we're getting, 3 to 4 goals a week from our small forward brigade, that's solid.
No, if they're kicking 4, I reckon that'll help us a lot. Well, they scored 80, and Paul Curtis kicked 3, I think it was.
Yeah.
So it just moves them along. Like Larky got his 3, which was a bit borderline. I wasn't happy to see that, but Wiedering also got a few big punches in there that were just, I don't know. I felt like a lot of the game, I was just thinking, wow, we just look on top of it, but also relaxed. It's weird. It's a weird combination.
How are you feeling overall about the first 3 weeks, just in general?
I can't wait to play again every week, even this week. The bye, it was just annoying, even though it helped us in the end. But I just can't wait to play again every week, which is just great because I used to not want to go to the football sometimes when I was a bit younger because when you're losing all the time. But I've been going since I was 3, and now I'm just excited to go every week. I can't wait. When I was off last week, I just couldn't. But yeah, I don't know. I'm happy that we're getting wins, but I don't think we're at 100%, which is what Geelong talked about. It's what Arsenal were trying to talk about. It's what Man City talk about. Just across the sports, the teams that come first, they kind of peak at the right time. And I feel like we're not going 100%, but we're getting the numbers, the results.
Yeah, well, we added a few boys in tonight into the squad. We're going to add a few more over the next few weeks. Walshy will return at some point. That's a massive piece. Jack Martin, hopefully in the next couple of weeks, whatever that looks like. Wow, Jesse Motlop hasn't even played yet. Like you feel like
I do
he
love
can come
Motlop.
in and but to be fair, like, are you dropping Fogarty? Probably not. Like like Owies has kicked 3. Durds came off as the tactical sub and kicked his 2. So it's there's some nice competition for spots.
Yeah, I mean, if that's what our issues are, if that's what we're talking about every week, who's going to replace who? Perfect. But
Yeah, man.
Marchbank is very tough. Like, I know he gave away the first 3 free kicks for the first 3 goals. I was like a bit shocked at that, but after that, he really settled in. And then, if that's the problem, where we don't know who to put in, like even getting rid of Fisher. Like Fisher played decent, but I didn't feel that other kind of feeling. When we get rid of some players and they play really well. Like Setterfield's playing really well, but it doesn't matter because he just didn't fit in our team, and that's just kind of the problem we have now, which is perfect problem to have.
Mate, we're evolving. We are growing up.
One thing did annoy me. I've been reminded. Charlie Curnow, Collingwood, when we lost by 1 point, don't want to bring it up, took the fast goal, and then there was a game was it Richmond
Last week?
where he took the fast kick, and today he dropped a mark at the end where I think we should just be settled, where he tried to turn around mid-air, and it's just like when in these situations I want to see him switch that up, but otherwise he had a great game. Like it's really nitpicking that type of issue, but I don't know. I feel like sometimes he gets too up with the moment.
He gets excited, doesn't he?
Yeah. Even when he got injured, he wanted to turn around and go back into the goal square.
Yeah, and just sit there.
But
very good. This was your first time on the fan cams?
First time. I watched a lot of them, but first time.
Yeah, nice. Welcome anytime. Thanks for tuning in.
Yes, thanks for having us.
Good
job, Tez, and go Blues.
Go Blues. All right. I've got 3 in the waiting room right now. Again, I would love to hear from any of you, but if you've never been on the fan cams and you want to come on and just share some thoughts about this game, the season in general, there's the link. There's the opportunity. Now, we're going to give Jim his 3rd shot. This should be it.
All right. If it doesn't, just boot me.
It's perfect. It's perfect.
All right. Also, the lad that spoke before, he spoke so well. So if anyone's scared, just get on. Terry's not scary. Have a chat. It's good. But I want to speak about Harry, mate. The man, he has footy IQ. He goes behind the ball when we need him. He knows when to slow it up. He's the perfect player. That's what he's become. He's become the perfect player for us and for our team. And we're so lucky we have a healthy Harry at the moment. So thank you, Harry, for being a star. And Charlie, if he learns that little bit of maturity that Harry has, man, we're going to be hard to stop. And we could do some very scary things this year. That's what I think about Harry anyway. I want to talk about Larky, mate. What do you think at the game?
Glad you brought it up, Jimmy. No, seriously. It happened in 22. We had a bit of a pot shot at him. And then I thought to myself in 23 and this year in particular, like, move on from it. Whatever. He made a mistake. Young forward, up and coming. And he goes and does that today. And I'm like, mate, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing? You're an idiot. Like, what are you doing? Seriously. What's going on in the brain? Like, what is he trying to do and portray? Like, is he like some tough guy? Like, cool. I was like irate. But more importantly, the way Wiedering got into him was the most important thing.
It was elite because it was real tough. Like, the way Wiedering responded is how you respond when someone actually rolls your teammate. Like, it's like, fuck off type thing. But Larky's showing a frustration of a bloke that's in a shit club, and he just does just brain fade things because he's trying to, I don't know, just get rid of that feeling, that gross feeling he's having internally. But you're a professional, you can't be that way. So it was pretty gross actually. I went back and had a look on replay, and it was it's just dirty. It's just not good. It's just he's a thug. The guy's a thug. So I'm going to go buy a souvlaki and give it to my cat to eat tonight. So
I promise you, I'm going to go and buy 2 souvlakis tonight. Throw the first one out.
Yeah, that's so fair. But just on North Melbourne as well, I I don't know where these guys come from. They come out of the woodwork. It's this was their grand final, obviously, and we know what that's like. This fan base, if you're like 20 to 30 years old, you know what it's like to go for Carlton. So, like these guys, you have to wait your turn, North Melbourne. Things aren't just going to happen fast. Your kids are going to get bashed. You're going to lose. 100-point pumpings, they're coming at the end of the year. So look forward to those as well, Nick Larkey. But wait your turn because, yeah, you deserve it. I don't enjoy North Melbourne very much. So, but just wait your turn because it's going to be a long season for him. And, yeah, don't think you're going to be playing finals the next 2 years because it ain't happening.
Yeah. Did you have any other unsung heroes from the night? The ones that,
Oh,
I mean, Harry and Charlie will
absolutely.
probably dominate the votes, but any other guys that...
Elijah was a star. Unreal. Like, and also the way Ollie puts himself just in the hole. The kid weighs like nothing. So it's scary doing stuff like that. So he was phenomenal. But man, for me, the most consistent player is Fogg. It's just his tackling around the contest. Like if they get out, they go quick North. And we look a little shaky sometimes, even though I back our defense. But he doesn't let those tackles get out. And I think he's probably the most undervalued asset in our team. And that's what takes to win flags for sure. So I love Fogg. I think he's a star. He should play all year.
Yeah. There was a tackle maybe in the first. Who was it? Was it Zohar? I feel like it was a big boy. Tried to fend off on it. Who was it?
Could have been Cherry.
Might have been Bailey Scott. Bailey Scott tried to like hurt Fogg and put his like hip through Fogg, and he just wrapped him up and grabbed him. Oz nailed it. He sticks his tackles.
He's so good at that facet of the game, and it's very underrated because a lot of our blokes are so good on the outside, but they can't stick the tackle. But man, that lad, he's elite for sure. Yeah. So. Anyway, I'll leave you to it, mate. Enjoy your night. Enjoy your Lucky as well.
Will do, mate. Take care.
No worries. Will. Thanks, mate. See ya.
All right. Jed.
G'day, Terry. How you going?
A man with a setup is a man after my heart.
Talk about unsung heroes. How about Gov? Put his body on the line. It's like 3 big knocks.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I think he's really come into his own as a defender. He's I don't know, people talking about who's our sort of second, third most important. He's up there. He's got to be 2 or 3.
He was in the wars today, mate. He was battered. He will be very sore tomorrow. But it's funny when you play footy, when you lose, all those knocks hurt so much more compared to where you win. So hopefully he's all right for next week because we'll need him. We've got a really tough stretch coming up.
We do. Hopefully we can break that Adelaide Oval voodoo.
Yeah.
I don't know. Who's your 3-2-1?
Oh. God. Well, I'll give Harry the 3. Put me on the spot. Yeah.
I'll give you mine.
Harry...
I got Cripper and Hewitt as my next 2.
Cripper and Hewitt. Yeah, they were good. They were real good. In particular, George. George has had a really strong start to the year.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, he just looks to be back to his best. Looks so strong through his hips. And then he and Cripps, the way they work off each other. And then, I mean, I really liked Elijah's game. He got into it as the game went on. I don't know if he'll get a vote per se, but I also really liked De Koning's game.
Yeah, I think we had a few who kind of, as you said, like worked their way into it. I think like Elijah Hollands did. Marchie, after a pretty rough first 5 minutes, did. And Tom De Koning as well. Like, yeah, they really worked their way back into it after probably slower starts than they would have liked, but kind of felt like that was the story of the whole team in a lot of ways. Started a little bit, not behind, but just sort of not on top of it. And then as the game went on, the cream rose to the top and we really just sort of showed our class and just, ran away with it.
How are you feeling about what we've seen after 3 games?
Pretty good. I mean, we're in a better position than I thought we'd be. I didn't think we were going to be 3-0, honestly. I didn't think we'd get Brisbane, honestly. But pretty good. It's a strong showing. You can only beat the team that shows up in front of you. So anyone saying, only beat teams that haven't won, well, that's not our fault. I think I feel pretty good. I think we're up there in the top 4, maybe top 6. It's going to be tight. It always is. And it just means that every win, even those less than goal wins that we've had, they're really important. And it's much more important to win games than it is to have percentage. So here we go.
Man, I like it. What's the setup? You're obviously in the game. Talk to me about that. It's gorgeous.
I work in AV.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So yeah, bit of a just a I guess a professional interest in it all.
Mate, I like it. Is this your first time on the fan cams?
Second. Didn't have a beard last time, so it might not be so recognizable.
Yeah. Well, no, thanks for calling in, and it's good to see a fresh face. Well, a bearded face.
Yeah, maybe a little less fresh, but thanks, Des.
I like it. See you, mate. All right. Who we got? He's an old face. Chris.
How you going, mate? Good to see you.
Good to see you, mate. It's been a while.
I've been watching the background for a little bit, watching you guys growing. But it is good to come back on. It's been a while, but everything's gone so good, mate. Fantastic, especially with the football. Awesome.
Yeah, man. Well, mate, you were coming on the fan cams when we were struggling and, doing the therapy with us all. So how are you? How do you go watching Carlton win by 9 goals now?
Man, I tell you what, it's so therapeutic. Like today was like, these are like the games that like stress me out, like just with like the trauma of like what we've been through. But like the way we just controlled that game through the whole like 4 quarters is just so impressive and so reassuring. And it's a real to me, I feel like it's a real privilege to watch this team. Like for 25 years, like I'm 25, like I've watched nothing, dude. And like a lot of us here, and I'm just really grateful watching this team because they're not perfect, but they try so hard and they give us everything every week, and they get the rewards they deserve. Like today, they deserve to win by a lot, and they did. So I mean, like just like watching Charlie and Harry at the moment is unbelievable. Like them two, like Harry, like has proved so many people wrong, and like he's. Like if they keep going like this for the rest of the year, like it's hard to not see us challenging again.
Yeah.
What do you think, there?
I just think we've entered an era that I was fearful that we were not going to enter. I think I started panicking somewhere between 2020 and 2021 that we would like the group would fail to reach that maturity level again. And it feels like from my lens, I could be wrong. Maybe I'm going too early. It just feels like we're entering this era of dominance, and we're not a great team yet, but I think we're on the way. I think we're trending in the right direction, and I'm just relieved, to be honest. And now I can sit and enjoy, and we're going to lose. It's coming. I don't know when it's coming, but we're going to lose. So, I'm just not fearful that we've ruined it,
Yeah, I think obviously we have to take it week by week, but also have the mentality of it's a marathon, not a sprint. It's hard to balance those two, like because obviously week to week the emotions are so high when you lose, and so good when you win. But it's not like we're not premiers, It's March, it's all the way till September is when you have to prove that you're premiers. So. Like it's fantastic now. We're building a great base, which is the most important thing we had to do right now. So we've ticked the box. That's all that matters. Yeah. So that's all we can ask for. 3-0. Like I was happy. I would have been happy with 2-1, but we've got 3-0 and pretty good percentage. I mean, you take that and run any day, surely.
Absolutely. Yeah. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think we've ticked over 120%. So that's a positive. I think we've been hovering around 100 for the last few years. So, yeah, nice stretch of games coming up. Freo next week, Adelaide and the Giants, and away we go, mate. We are well and truly in the thick of it. I think we play, 13 games in a row now before the bye. So we're in the best part of the year where there's so much more footy to come.
Yeah, exactly. I'm so excited. Fremantle will be tough next week. I think they're up and about, but I think our boys will do it. They're more than good enough to beat Fremantle, and we've got to have respect for the opponent, but also have respect for ourselves. We're a bloody good side, and we've proved it. And don't let other people let you distract you with other garbage like the umpires or any other crap. It's because it's all just a distraction to distract you that we're bloody good, and they're afraid because we might actually win something, and then they'll have nothing to say.
No. Well said. Well, mate, good to see you again. and I look forward to the next time we see your face.
Yes, mate. Lovely to have you guys, and lovely to see you all again. And I'll come on hopefully soon, and we'll hopefully cheer another win. It'd be good.
Absolutely, mate. You have a good weekend.
You too, mate. Take care.
See ya. Lucinda.
Hello, how are you?
Fantastic. How are you?
In a 2004 Guernsey that I thought would never fit again. So in my Favola era again, which I thought was fitting today, pun intended, given his appearance and good 7 grand goal. So I got to have that little happy inside information outside of the win. I was always confident. I tipped 30 because I thought, let's not be cocky and arrogant and jinx the opposite. So with 56, I'm quite happy with that. I mean, not mentioning a certain, umpiring team, but I think given, what transpired, I think we did quite well with how the whole match went. And after that, poor Roo hurt himself. I mean, it was understandable when there was a little dip, but they didn't let it, sway anything. So a lot of maturity from everyone. And obviously, I'm happy that Harry and Charlie are now competing for a certain award at the end of the year this early. I think they're respectively 1 or 2 behind Jesse before he plays. So, I mean, I've never looked into it this early before, but, I'm deciding, to spy on it every few rounds just to keep it entertaining. But yeah, it was a good game. I mean, some people have called it boring. I was like, well, bring on more boring, please, because I didn't find it that way.
It was peaceful,
yeah.
wasn't it? It had a real peace to it for me, which they
Yeah.
have beaten teams convincingly a couple of times over the last few years, but yeah, I don't know. It's just more layers of just trust with the club as a whole, and I think that's probably showing now with the way we're watching them. They're just mature. Like it's a mature
Yeah.
group now.
Yeah, like it's also like people will say, okay, you beat Brisbane by 1, and I'm like, okay, but look at the drought and how many people did it in the last year and a half. Sure, Pies just, did as well, which to be honest, I want the Pies to just make the 8 so we can face them at some point. And if it's a granny and we beat them, then it's more legitimate than the whole trolls saying, okay, so no offense, but the Pies weren't there, et cetera, et cetera. And it's like, what's more entertaining, Carlton versus Collingwood or revenge against Brisbane for the prelim last year? I know which one I'd pick.
That's very
So
true.
yeah, like I don't really see Collingwood like letting their start like count them out of finals like some might, but if neither of them make it, it'd be a bit more surprising on the Pies side. But that being said, we'll still have people that might be even more difficult than them that will legitimize it if they can get over into the big one and, win how they do. So it's just more of a romance of if it was going for 17 versus going for 17 and then it's us, it'd be more interesting, I think.
Fair. Well, before I let you go,
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually going to put you on the spot. I need a 3 vote, a 2 vote, and a 1 vote.
Okay. Harry, Charlie, and let's see. Bugger it, Elijah.
Love it.
He had the confidence to goal assist when he didn't have to, and then he got his moment anyway, so that was good. And then the honourable mention would be Azario still, getting off the mark as well, so that's good. Yeah, so I'm happy. I think we'll do Freo quite, reasonably comfortable. Like I just still do cautious, like 20 to 36. But something like today would be great. But we have to respect the people that are doing something. But that's also us. Surprise, surprise to some people that aren't us. But yeah, so it's good. It's tracking well.
Nice.
And as you said, there will be losses, but I don't think there'll be as many as you might think. So we'll see.
We will see. Thanks for calling in.
No worries. See you next time.
See ya. Peter.
Hello, Terry. How are you?
Mate, I'm fantastic. How you doing?
Very well. I'm a first-time caller, long-time listener. Thanks for putting the shout
Love
out to
it.
the people on.
Some fresh faces tonight. I love to see it, mate. It's good.
Yeah.
Thanks
yeah.
for calling.
No, it's
in.
really good what you guys do. You, Pommy, everyone else. It's been quite inspiring to watch, especially like dark days last year and even the year before. It was good to keep the content coming and keep it consistent. It's kind of reinvigorated a passion for footy in times of darkness. So, yeah, let the good times roll now, though.
Yeah, love to hear it. What'd you make of this one tonight?
Yeah, I was there, and I actually I sat with my 75-year-old uncle in the North Melbourne members, so I got a different perspective. I told to shut up, and you're not allowed to wear your jumper. Look, they're actually not bad. Like, if you think how bad we were, they are better than what we were. Don't have a lot of game time, and they don't have a lot of legs. But if they had like a good key forward and a good key back, like they might have around the clearances and stuff, they were actually all right. So I thought we were really professional. Like a year, even in 2012, like we would have played a team like that and we could have lost. But we put them away by 10 goals. I was joking with the North Melbourne mate this week, and I'm like, we don't beat you by 10 goals, something's wrong. Because last year, like we drew Richmond, we beat Geelong, but it was a bit iffy. Like when we started losing and you really analysed it, it's like shit. So I was thinking, like after Richmond and Brisbane, I'm like, fuck, are we doing the same thing again? But like to do that clinically, professionally, like they're just really mature. So I liked it.
Yeah, I think probably. I mean, I don't know what was said inside the four walls after Richmond, but I mean, the challenge you get when you go into a game as a favourite is not something that we've been great at. They probably didn't deal with it the best against the Tigers, so it was important to make a bit of a statement today. And you go into a game, you know you're advanced, you know you're probably a better team than your opposition. And so just, I mean, when I saw 27 tackles in the first quarter, I was really confident that they were going to do what they ended up doing. And then, you know, it's just a matter of going out and executing. And I think more importantly, it was the method. Like there was like an obsession with going via the corridor, which I loved to see.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, Richmond last week, like, they're a bigger team. So I wasn't surprised when it was like a fight and they sucked us in. Whereas North Melbourne couldn't do that today. Yeah. But our runners, like I was looking at the stats, you know, second quarter and third quarter, and Cotterill and Elijah and even Akers, like they'd already ran 12K like at the start of the third quarter. And then they were leading it on speed as well at both ends of the grounds. The guys that weren't necessarily getting a lot of the ball were still making huge, like they were just everywhere and making a contest everywhere or making somewhere to hit. So yeah, it's good. It's good.
It is good. It's exciting. It's exciting times.
Yeah. It is exciting. Yeah.
Yes. Mate, thanks for calling up. Appreciate a fresh face on the fan cams, and feel free to join anytime.
Will do. Thanks, Terry. Thanks for the work you do.
See you, mate. Bye. All right. Let's bring we have the major sponsor of the fan cams in the waiting room, Mr. Uld Koken. Hello, sir.
Hi, Terry. How you doing?
Mate, no stress tonight.
It was a nice stress-free game, wasn't it?
Yeah. It was, you know, you go in, you expect to win, and you win comfortably.
Yeah, they did the job. I was a bit nervous first quarter. I think they rushed Marshbank too quickly. Like, he gave away 3 free kicks in the first quarter. I thought, why did we drop Kemp? You know, I think Marshbank was a bit underdone. Then he got injured, poor guy. But
it was,
I hope he's all right.
I hope so. I mean, I think he was out, and then I think he realized that he was out, and then he tried to make it clear that he was okay. But I mean, it looks like at this stage, I haven't seen any post-match report, but yeah, I think he's going to have to do the 12 days, the mandatory 12-day concussion. Yeah. So hopefully, but I mean, you know, Kemp can go back, and yeah.
We're looking strong, aren't we? Like Wadering at the back and the forwards at the front, like DeConning in the middle. Is all guns firing. It was good to watch today.
Yeah, they're growing up right before our eyes.
Yeah, not too many weak links. You don't think there was any weak link at all? It's pretty convincing, wasn't it?
It was a pretty even spread. Like
Cottrell was a bit quiet.
Cottrell was a bit quiet on the. Yeah, he was actually on the stat sheet. Yeah. Now that you say it, I didn't really notice him much today.
Yeah. But our small forwards did the job. I think we've got 6 goals between them, which is a pleasant surprise. Well, pleasant.
Yeah, I thought a guy who we haven't spoken about yet, probably because he just fell below the top tier players. I mean, guys like Newman, Sard. I think this is a classic example of these are really consistent players that they weren't at their best, but their floor is pretty high.
Yeah.
It's just a solid performance. And even George Hewitt, I thought he was excellent today, but for whatever reason, he seems to fly under the radar.
Kennedy was pretty good too, I think, in the middle. Chera.
Yeah.
Everyone just played their role. This is a good game to watch, relax. Stress-free. Is nice.
What are you feeling about the way we've started? Like, I mean, overall, zooming out a bit, how have you seen it?
Over the first 3 games, or?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think, the first 2 were quite stressful. Like, the Brisbane game was amazing, how we got back from 46 points. That was incredible comeback. And then Richmond was, I don't think we played our best against Richmond, but today was a very even effort, We averaged about 5 goals a quarter. So really, really good effort. I think we got everything working properly in this match, I think.
Yeah.
Consistent across all 4 quarters. So, yeah, I think it's a good day to be out. It's beautiful weather. Yeah. So I had my camera out, so I recorded some of the game and sort of walking to the stadium. I'll put onto our YouTube channel. So, yeah.
Very good.
Well, Terry, I just wish you all the best. Thanks for having me in, and catch you all later.
Thanks so much, Ord. Appreciate it, mate.
Bye.
See ya. Wayne and Pops.
Hey, Pops is listening. He's just relaxing on the seat.
How are you, Pops? Good to hear you, mate.
Yeah, mate. Another good win. Oh, we had a nephew over at halftime, so I think we're definitely going to have to watch 3rd and 4th quarter again. My sister just gave birth yesterday, or 2. He's a day and a half old. It was like 10 past 10. Oh, I'll stay on the. Yeah, she was born. Yeah, I'll get back onto that topic. She named her Leah. Lovely girl. A new addition to the Blues family. Yeah. During the first quarter, I thought Marchie got stiff. The other guys were doing a basketball maneuver called a hacker shack. It was after Shaquille O'Neal, because they used to lift the arms up and like it made it look like you were holding onto it. And I thought something's not right there. Because I watched it and it just looked so familiar, and then the umpires I think started to get on top of it after about I think it was about the 6 minute time, around about 6 minutes of the second quarter. I thought he was unlucky because it resulted in those goals, and I thought that was I was a bit livid about that because I've noticed that. So it's an actual thing. You can look it up on YouTube. It's there. And then Charlie got hacker-shacked in the goal scorer on the first quarter because remember he was like that and he moved to the side in that way, and I think it just I reckon he should have got a free kick for that. That was a shame, but oh well. And how was Harry's in that first quarter? Those 3 defensive marks in the last couple of minutes of the first quarter. How awesome was that? Harry was back taking those marks. I mean, oh my god! I don't think that was like Harry definitely gets my top 3 votes. Is it 3 the highest? Yeah, I'd go Harry, and then I want to pick Charlie because everyone else did. I think it's just there, and then I think Hugh, Ollie, and Chesney. I was going to call them Huey, Dewey, and Louie because they're like those annoying ones that are always around the ball. They were fantastic. I thought Kennedy, Gov, Carroll, and Cottrell were amazing, and I thought Sard was really good. I know it's part of Ramadan, so he's probably running on empty, which I thought that was a bit of a shame. I thought Fogg's second quarter was better than his first by far. Foggy was outstanding. It was just I don't think I've ever seen it was the top of the Fog today. I think for me, Fog I have to go for my 3-2-1. I have to go Charlie, and I'm sorry, I'll have to go Charlie, Fog, and Hewitt because they were just unbelievable. I'm sorry, Charlie. I know you're good and you're amazing. You did what
Charlie
was
or Harry?
Sorry,
Charlie or Harry?
Harry was 3. Then Fog 2, and Hewitt 1. That was my best 3. I think I enjoyed that. It is our opinion after all. I thought Charlie was spectacular as well, and we all expect that from him. I just thought it's hard. It's so hard to pick.
No,
But this
fair,
is
mate.
what I came with his dad. So
It's a good
yeah,
night.
and I'll probably for the third and fourth quarter, I'll probably have to go back and watch those a bit more to get a better feeling because we were handball and playing footy with my nephew, so we sort of were had our attention split. So we'll have to.
That's okay.
Oh yeah, hope Souvlaki gets another couple of weeks.
We'll have some words. We'll have some words for Souvlaki over the next couple of days. Don't you worry about that.
Think, I thought that that looked really bad, didn't it? Marchie's. What was poor Boydie? He was. I thought he's small. He stays down.
Trust Marchie to do. It was just whatever.
Poor Marchie. He's hit his head twice on the ground, as far as I could see. He got the knee in the guts, then boom, boom, as he's gone back onto the onto the ground. That was that was. Oh,
there was. All right, mate. Well, thank you so much for calling in.
No worries. My last thing is the kilometres. I'll check out that a bit later. That was crazy because they were all running like cats and dogs out there. So I didn't get time to check that stuff.
Go have a look and bring it to us on the ratings on Sunday.
Go Baggers! Have a good one, Ted.
See you, mate. See you, Pops. What a legend. Christian.
Gary, mate, how you doing?
Mate, can't complain. Happy as Larry.
Pretty good, eh? 4 points. We got our. I call it a comprehensive win.
Your sound is very low. It sounds like you're underwater.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Are you on a phone? What are you talking from?
I'm talking to an iPad at the moment, so do you want me to switch?
Do you want to? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, we'll roll with it. That's okay. Mate, what do you think?
Happy to change out if you need.
No, let's roll with it, mate. Let's roll with it.
Okay.
Talk to me.
Good. Obviously 50 plus points. Can't complain. Pretty happy supporter. What more could we really ask for tonight?
Mate, 56-point wins. We'll take them every time we get them.
Yeah, mate. Tell me about your boy Durden. He quietly had a pretty decent game, didn't he?
Yeah, I mean, he roved a beautiful goal for his first.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, that's another thing we've been crying out for as fans, right? Small forwards crumbing at the feet, reading the play at ground level. So I liked his moments. Just it was what it was. He got subbed. I mean, there's so many options now between he and Fogarty and Fantasia. I mean, Motlop didn't play today. It's tough. It's just tough. It's cutthroat.
Yeah, no, it's awesome, really. I mean, yeah, we've been crying out for this for a while, and we've made it in terms of we've got so many players now to choose from. It's good as so good.
Mate.
Speaking of, you look at the midfield next season now. There's so many. I look up at the centre bouncers, and sometimes it'll be Elijah, it'll be Fogarty, it'll be Cunningham when he was playing. But we just look so much more dynamic now, don't we?
We do, yeah. I think we're starting to see the group mature and be a bit more professional. But challenge is coming. Big test. Big test coming.
Fremantle are not gonna lie down next week. Even GWS at Marvel round 6, that's going to be another one. We're going to have to be up for that. They're not going to take a backward step on us either.
That's true. It's true. All right, mate. Well, thanks for calling in.
No worries, mate. Thanks for having me on. I'll
Sounds
turn
good.
on my phone next time too.
I think is your iPad in a case?
No, yeah, it is. So maybe that's part of the problem.
Yeah, it might just be muffed from the case, but that's all right. We'll figure it out next time.
Yeah, no, thanks, mate.
All good, mate.
Have a
See
good
ya.
night.
Mr. Sebastiani,
Hello, mate.
how's it going?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm happy. That's what I am.
Good. It's nice to have smiles and big white teeth appear on the fan cams for the last year and a half. It's very good. It's a change from the somber moods of yesteryear, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely it is. It's
Yeah,
I mean, especially those that have been coming on, since 2020, like some of those
absolutely.
I mean, you know what? North Melbourne 2021, Larky kicked 7 that day. That was an awful fan camp. So
Yeah, it was. How times have
Yeah.
changed since then, huh? Nick
Yep.
Luck with his men, I reckon he's going to be named now.
mate, I'm telling you, I can't wait to go get myself Larky and throw it out.
Lucky
Melt.
with his men on, mate. What's wrong? He just couldn't hack it. He just couldn't hack it, the poor bugger.
Yeah,
I like players playing with a bit of grunt and a bit of oomph, but he just stupid, isn't it?
It wasn't just the McGovern, pull. It was what he was doing. I was watching him. What he was doing off the ball, just behind the play hits. Just it was all game. He was trying to assert himself. I don't know, whatever.
Yeah. I mean, his goals were pretty soft as well, so I guess that's probably a part we'll work on. But mate, it's nice when the day starts well and ends very well. So we all had a lovely lunch and had a couple of drinks, and all's well but ends well, which is fantastic. So I'm pretty pleased with how it all panned out. The crowd was fantastic as well. The crowd was absolutely brilliant, and we're just like ticking little green boxes every now and again, just slowly but surely building and building and building. But it was funny, like the one thing I was looking at today, and I penned a little article just before the game, and I posted it up about sort of get into the nitty gritty of it, and how apparently our scores from stoppages are cooked now, and don't know what's going on, and blah 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 blah. And I don't know if anyone's read it yet, but I'm probably going to make it into an article for work after what happened today on sen.com.au. So I'll pen it. But if you hit up our Twitter,
Get it up
it'll
now.
be up there. So grab it up if you can.
Article. Oh yeah. Hang on.
It's a little article. It's just a couple of. I just put it in notes. I just wrote it out last night, and there was an article written by. Yeah, so this was the article written by Mick McGuan, right? Now he's a pretty good. He's been a Premier Division EDFL coach for a little while now with Keilor, and he's won multiple premierships with them, and they've been a pretty good team, and he was a decent footballer. But he penned this article here, and it just like if you're going to analyze with numbers, and this is part of your media watch, and this is what Pommy looks at when he's analyzing numbers as well, right? And I'll read through this, and I'll just have a look at this. Like there's been absolutely no research or insight into any of this. So he's based this off a sample size of 2 games, right? That he's struggling to get a read on the Blues, but he's used that with a sample size of 2 games, which I don't understand. So if you use that as a sample size, do you use that, or do you use the entirety with which Michael Voss has been coach of Carlton, right? So that's his article there, right? So apparently our scores from stoppages we're only averaging 16.5 scores from stoppage a game. Our turnover game points scored has skyrocketed. It's gone from 42.9 to 60.5, and now it's gone even higher after today. So if you click part 1 there, so this was before today, right? So this was before today. So if we equate the 2023 numbers for scores from stoppages into this season, though before today, it was 35.38. And then if we do the same for turnovers into 2024 before today's game, it was 44.20. So percentage increase for turnovers is 41%, right? Percentage decrease for scores from stoppages is 4%. So our scoring has gone up. Isn't that good? Do you know what I mean? But that's not even. But this is just basic research. It's not even. This took me 20 minutes to do. And this is, I'd say he's got a pretty good standing the media if he's getting articles in mainstream like this, right? So just go through and read it and have a look. And today we ended up scoring 42 points from stoppages, thanks to Pommy for giving me that number. I asked for it. And now our numbers from scoring from stoppages are back up to where they should be. So I don't understand how people just get away with such lack of research and insight. It's just so easy to pick at. And for people to say, oh, they were worried about today and, we're worried about scores from stoppage at turnover. But you have to look at a block of games, right? You can't use 2 games as a sample size, but for the sake of the article I did there, and now we've skyrocketed our scores from stoppages today. Look, granted, it's against North Melbourne, right? But I actually thought they had a crack today. They weren't defensive, I don't think. They were on the front foot, and they came out and had a dip. They tried to flick around us by handball, but ultimately we were just too good, and that was always going to be the case. But the best teams, and you can look at it through the lens of soccer, right? Because the principles still remain. The best teams, the elite teams, they have different ways to win, but you have to have these principles in place, right? And the principles for us are 2 things: contest and pressure. And that's, I would suspect, being brutal around stoppage, right? So that's the basis with which you have your foundation to win games of football. And then you add layers in when the stoppage game doesn't work. Okay, well, now we need to start hitting teams on turnover because they're getting the ball up our end. Now we need to switch and become better from scoring in our back half, which it looks like we've done pretty well, and forcing turnovers in our front half too. So we're finding different layers to win, and that's what elite sports teams do. That's what premiers do. That's what Premier League winners do. That's what NBA championship teams do. So, do we have enough layers in there and enough ways to win to go all the way? Only time will tell, right? But to me, from what I'm looking at analytically and the numbers and the way I see we play and tactically the way we set up, there's no reason why the principles with which they've implemented for the last 2.5 seasons, now into our 3rd year under Voice, couldn't take us all the way. But it's about being sustainable, yeah? Because you can pick out these 3 games and say, okay, we're all good. But if you look at the block that we've set up, a foundation, the principles we've set up with which to attack this season, it all looks to be progressing in the right way. We've got a base with which to work on, contest and pressure, and then you add in different ways. You have to have different ways to win. It is just part and parcel of it. It is part and parcel of winning flags. You have to have different ways to win, and I think we do. I think we do now. I don't know what people in the chat think, but I just thought the article was it was poorly written. And again, it's nothing personal, but I just see this all the time with stats and numbers. There's no context provided around them. And anyway, that was just my bugbear for the week. So there you go. Media watch for this week.
Well, you've given us something to add to the list.
Yeah, it's just like, if you're going to analyze the game, and this is people, what do you know? You haven't played the game, but it's just, so I'm convinced sometimes people actually don't and haven't played the game are actually better analysts than people who have played the game. So, you need to know what you're looking for. You need to know what the principles are. You need to know what's a sustainable game plan to set you forward. So, it seems as though it is for the time being anyway. 3-0. It's a positive win record now under Michael Voss, and we've made a prelim. We're now one of the flag favourites, and away we go. So
indeed. No,
it's just frustrating. It's just frustrating to see those articles written with no context provided to them whatsoever.
Well, that's why we have independent media to call it out.
Yeah, exactly. And a bit of both too. A little bit of both as well. Congrats to Vossi as well. It was his 50th game coaching the club. So it was great to see him get a win in that milestone game as well. We've still got Walshy to come back in. We've still got Jack Martin and guys like Jesse Motlop as well. I felt for Caleb Marchbank. He just can't really get a clean run at it. He didn't have a great game, did he, the poor bugger?
No, didn't start well.
No, he didn't. But, look, it's one game. He'll miss next week, obviously, with concussion. But Kemp was apparently okay in the reserves. But it's good. Just there's no fear. There's no fearing anymore. There's just the scars of the past and what happened this many years ago and it's done. Keep yourself in the present and look towards next week and what's to come in the year. Just be upbeat. There's a lot to like there. There's a lot to like. Yeah.
Very good.
Eli, your man.
Very good, mate. The prophecy comes true on Easter. It just, I don't know. I found the book and I read it, and then I just. He was great. He was great. He was really good, and he probably started off pretty slowly, but his last three, he's going to be a nice addition for us.
Yeah, I think so. I think I don't know if he's specifically taking over David Cunningham's role, but it would seem that that's the case, and he has. I know it's a bit of a cliche, but he covers the ground a bit better than Cunners, I think, and he just seems a lot more involved.
Yeah,
doesn't he? Yeah, he's a lot more noticeable. Whereas you have games with David Cunningham, and you think, is he out there? Whereas with Elijah today, it was completely the opposite, which was fantastic. So Charlie and Harry, it's nice to see what we expected to occur actually occur. That's always nice. I think when you're a supporter and when you're a member and a fan of your club, when you expect to win comfortably and it actually happens. So
yeah,
onwards and upwards. I don't know if Charlie was fine. I saw him walking out of the change rooms post game. He was okay.
Okay, great. I didn't know that. I saw that he came off, and I texted some people that said it was a rolled ankle, but he should be right for next week.
Yep, there were no crutches, no moon boot, nothing like that. He was walking with no limp or anything like that. He had the shoes on, and he was fine.
Right.
Took some photos with kids, so that's a sigh of relief. So all's well, but ends well, my friend. All's well, but ends well. On to Adelaide Oval. Hopefully, we end this losing streak against Freo. We'll keep tabs on their game against Adelaide tonight, and to everyone out there this weekend, have a very, very happy Easter. I know your crew, you'll be celebrating when in May. Is that right?
We celebrate Easter, the Greeks, on the week we play Collingwood. The weekend we play Collingwood.
Nice. Big shout out as well to the Carlton cheer squad, to Donini's and to yourself for setting up the whole week with the Good Friday appeal. It was, I mean, this is what it's all about, isn't it? You know, we can say what we want and care about all the football we want, but at the end of the day, it's all today's a special day, and just a reminder to keep some perspective about yourself, I think. So well done to you, to Ricardo and Marco, and to all the guys and girls in the cheer squad. It was a very, very successful day.
Paul, speak to you soon, mate.
Pleasure, mate. Much love.
See ya.
Ciao, mate.
Oh wow, Isha.
He's
made his debut on the fan cams. Here he is.
First time, long time, mate.
Wow, what a Thomastown Footy Club's finest right here. Look at this bloke.
Terry Degani, Terry D. There you go.
Hello, mate, bro.
Yeah, good, man. I'm just watching the Freo Adelaide game after we came. Yeah, so
what's the story over there?
It's 1 point the difference. Freo's up.
Worst game of the year.
Well, yeah, it's pretty terrible. It's pretty bad standard. But the good thing is we play Freo over in Adelaide instead of an Adelaide team in Adelaide. So, the home deck that's off the agenda. So it's a free for all. Five's looking good in the middle. He's playing in the guts. So, and I think TDK will have his work cut out against Jackson. So
big matchup.
But today was good. How'd you go? Did you like it? What do you think?
Mate, I was probably a little frustrated early when we gave away some of the free kicks. And then, once we hit the lead and settled, that was one of the more calm times I've had at the footy that I can remember, to be honest. Yeah, it was. We've won well recently, but just to put it away, and just the method, the way they did it, the way they bit off that kick, continue to go through the corridor. They made some mistakes, but I think the important thing was the way they set up behind the ball when they did make mistakes. They didn't allow themselves to spill out too much. So, I thought it was a tick.
No, definitely. We've got to go, you set up right, you go through the middle, take the game on and just see where it takes you. So especially against like opposition like that, it's probably where you want to try and, work on that type of stuff. So look, like you said, it was good just to go, just to watch, just, it's not stressful, nothing like that. Get the 4 points. hopefully, not too many injuries. So from what I heard from what you guys were just talking about, Charlie's okay. So poor Marchbank, but hey, is what it is. And then we've got the backup. We've got the backup. We've got people coming back. We've got depth. So yeah, no, it was good. And I just thought, I'll just jump on for the first time ever. You called it out early in the stream, and I thought to myself, you know what, why not? So
Tonight's the night. No, it was good. It was good. I like to see fresh people in. And I think this was a perfect night to do it. So thanks for calling in, bro.
100%, brother. Take care. We'll see you
soon. Sounds good. See ya. All right. I think I saw a fresh member. Sandra, welcome. Welcome to membership of the Blue Abroad YouTube channel. And thank you for that. That's very kind. Richard.
Terry, how you going?
Mate, I'm going well. You know what? I love how early the game was because the fan cam started a little earlier and it's not, 1 a.m.
Well, I'm a first timer as well. So it's a fresh face tonight.
Welcome.
We are the resurrection, Terry. The Carlton is the resurrection of the past. This is Easter weekend. I was never in doubt today. In the past, I would have been worried about this one because North Melbourne was always an iffy team for us. And we talk about last year, how we were doing okay last year. And, I think I saw you at a Footscray game and I said, oh my God, Terry, I can't believe I've seen you. And you said, how do you think we're going to go today? And we'd been winning. And I said, I'm not sure. And you went, yeah, I think we'll win. But I think there was just a bit of, I'm not sure. And the thing is, this is the difference between this year and last year. I was never in doubt today. I don't give a shit about the free kicks we gave away. I was never in doubt. I have such confidence in these boys. There's such a maturity in this group now. Even when we're down, we've got the ability to change things up and just keep going and just change it up and then score quickly. I mean, these are what we saw the good teams do in the past, and we've got the ability to do it now. We've got such depth. We've got that Vossi hardness in us. Oh, it's beautiful to see. And the thing is, I was looking at Fish today as well, and I used to love Fish, watching him. But I tell you, there's a reason why, he's playing for North Melbourne now. There's that hardness which he just doesn't have, going in for the ball. He's quick, he can kick a couple of goals, and he's good off half. He's got that quickness off half back, but he doesn't. He's not part of our team anymore. It just doesn't fit anymore. Elijah Holland's coming in.
I want to touch on that because I'm massive Fish. I love Fish, love him as a man.
Yeah, I did too.
But I watched
fan.
it today, and I actually, what you just said perfectly summarized how I felt about it. Because I watched him play, I'm like, he wouldn't play. He wouldn't play for us. It's just, it is what it is.
It was so obvious.
It's a different style. Yeah,
completely. I mean, he suits that sort of attacking, sort of new North Melbourne brand. I think they're going for really an attacking sort of mindset, but they're not really defending very well. It reminds me of us a couple of years ago, 3 or 4 years. It really does, trying to attack a lot, but then getting a lot of scored against. So I could see what Clarkson is sort of doing there. But he just doesn't fit anymore. And I was thinking of Dow. I haven't even seen Dow play this year, but for St Kilda. But they just don't fit. This is just a new breed, a new mold here, and we're just different. Fogarty, wow, Fog. I've always loved Fog, but to see Fog, he's just so. To see he just grunts in. Carroll in the midfield. I mean, Harry and Charlie. We can talk about those till the cows come home. But and when you look at. My God, our depth now. You've got Camps and Lewis Young, those guys just waiting in the wings. Walshy to come back. You got Martin. It's just we've got this. This year is ours. I don't care about Freo. I don't give a shit about GWS. GWS. I mean, they've played some West Coast and North. Come on, they're 3-0. We'll see when we play GWS. I think they're the big test, this year, but I think we've got it. I just think we've got the ability, even if we're down in a game, we can turn it. But the way we did that today, that was clinical today. And we've got room to improve. Yeah, but that was clinical. I wanted 50 plus today. I said to my dad, I said, it was 50 plus today. And I said to my son, my poor son saw 2 wins in 4 years of the footy. You know, it's been hard, but to see it now,
We've got to enjoy it, hey? Got to enjoy it now that
do.
it's here. Yeah.
We do.
No, it's awesome. Mate,
good.
thanks so much for calling in, and good to have you here.
No worries. I'll be back. Thanks, Terry.
All
Enjoy.
right. See ya. Star. Zach.
Hey Terry, how are you? What
Mate,
a win.
Mate, I'm good. I need to teach you something. When you click the link, copy it so you can have it forever.
Oh, okay, that's right. All right, my bad. It's been a good Friday indeed, Terry. I was on the V line home today, so you know my internet was a bit up and it was very loud. So, you know, but yeah. Well, where do we start? Like, we started okay. Of course, we gave away a few free kicks. We well, I was never in doubt because with the side we have, Terry, like we are so good. Like we saw it last week. North Melbourne start good, like how they started against Freo. Like they look like they're going to kick away, but they always fall off. And with the side we have, like and the last guy touched on it, like all good teams do this. And then like when we're down, like I know that I'm confident that we will get back in front. You know what I mean? And
definitely.
Yeah. What did you see, Terry, with the game? Like how we started and like with some players, with the players, like who, you know what I mean?
I saw a mature Carlton Football Club today. That's what I saw.
Yeah. Yeah. They are mature, and you know, like it's so good to see. It's so good to watch. We have such a good side, and we can go all the way. This is our year. I'm so confident. You know, Harry and Charlie, like they are the two best forwards in the competition. Like, what was it? How many goals was it between them today? The both of them?
So it was Harry kicked 5 and Charlie kicked 4. So that's 9.
That's not, yeah, unbelievable. He also had 19 touches as well, which was he was everywhere. He like just, you know, like crashing into packs, and you know, like North Melbourne's defense just couldn't handle him. And I love to see Elijah Hollins, like he's the prophet. Like he was so good. Like he's
He's the prophet, mate. That's exactly what he is.
Yeah, he was unbelievable. And when he scored, I like to call it the Blues Brothers. Ollie Hollins and him like did this celebration between them. Like, and I loved how all the boys like all got around him, and also Fantasia, like when he kicked his first goal, they all got around him. It was so good to see. I also like I was a bit shocked about like Marchbank going down. Like he got concussed, so I reckon he'll be out for maybe like a week, like minimum 2 weeks. I reckon. We'll see, but you know, we have so much depth. We have Kemp coming back into the side, and I reckon, you know, like we could go with like either of them, Marchbank or Kemp. So, you know, what's your thoughts on that, Terry? What do you see?
I think Kempy's a great replacement for Marchbank next week if that's the way they're going to go. I think he played relatively well today in the twos.
Yeah, I saw some stats how he played. So yeah.
So
wait,
Zach, can you just remind me how old you are again?
I'm 14 years old.
I don't know. How long you been here with us now? A couple of years?
Yeah, I think so. I think since 2021.
It's crazy. It's actually crazy to watch you grow. Like,
yeah,
every time you come on.
It's good.
It's good to have you here, mate. Thanks for
Anyway,
calling in.
go the Blues. Happy Easter, Terry, and have a good rest of your Good Friday. See ya.
All right,
have
mate.
a good night.
See ya. That's crazy. That's actually crazy. All right. Beachy.
Just what the doctor ordered, Terry. It was a fantastic 4-quarter performance tonight, and I don't think we can be any less happier than we are now. That's just a performance that we've been crying out for yonks. Sure, we did it against North, who were expected to be down there, but you got to take what's in front of you, and that's exactly what we did tonight.
You know what I'm noticing, tonight in particular, it probably just hit me a few minutes ago. 2022, we were 3-0. We were just so excited. These fan cams were ridiculous. We had not seen it for so long, and it was so good. Last year, I don't know if it was a false sense of reality, but we were pretty excited as well. This year, I'm just noticing, maturity is the word. I think the fan base, we're excited, but we're not getting too carried away. I'm noticing it from them on the field, and I'm kind of noticing it from us now. Like, this is awesome. 3-0 is awesome, but we also have a bit of perspective now because we've been through the marathon a couple of times now.
Yes, and there have been times where I think we've probably just sprinted a little bit more, not realizing that, as you just said, Terry, that this is a marathon. This is a 20-plus game season. This isn't a 6-game season as it is in some of the lower leagues. So really, this is just a good thing to realize now. We've got the depth. We've got everything we need in front of us. We just now need to keep putting it together.
Yeah. What were some of the storylines for you tonight that you came away with?
Well, Charlie and Harry provided the normal service up front. The midfield stood up. Cripps, Chera, Hewitt, Carroll, TDK, and the ruck. But you know what? I know we called them the Blues Brothers earlier, but the Hollands brothers. Oh, I tell you what, if they're putting up performances like that all around the ground, that is a combination that you will need to keep your eyes on if you are an opposition coach. Because if one steps up, the other one sooner or later steps up. And, sure, they're runners. They've got the tank. They've got everything they need. But as far as I'm concerned, I loved what I saw from them. Loved it.
It's a good call. I love Elijah. I loved what I saw in the preseason, not because he was dominating with ball. It was because of his defensive application in the preseason. That's what I was really drawn to in the training sessions, the intensity in which he trained at. And generally, not always, because there are some players that trained really well, but doesn't translate on game day. But I just like his story, redemption, made a mistake in an environment that he wasn't happy with, comes to a club with his brother, family, lives with his brother, all the elements, his name, Elijah, Aliyah, Passovers come, everything just aligned. It just felt right, and it looked right today for him.
Yeah, exactly. Everything clicked. And, sure, if he made a mistake, which I don't think he made many of, what was he doing? What was he doing next? His head was still up. He was working his way back to make sure that he made up for it. And then, of course, he saw us going forward. What was he then doing? That. He then clicked into an attacking mindset and got us going forward every single time. Now, he is a player that can keep his spot on the side if he continues to play like that week in, week out.
Yeah. We've got one there, mate. Plans next week? You heading up to Adelaide for Gather Round?
I am. I'm flying out on Friday, so I'll fly over there then. I'm actually going to go to the State League game beforehand out at Glenelg, so that's at 12:40. And then I'm going to go to Adelaide Oval for our game and then see what happens there against the Dockers. I'll then see maybe a little bit of Cats and Dogs after that. And then on Sunday, it's over to Richmond, St Kilda and Norwood before I fly home.
Beautiful. Well, mate, enjoy your long weekend and we'll see you next week.
Absolutely, mate. Go Blues.
Go Blues. All right. Joe, Ari, Toby, Jer, let's do this. Joe, let's do this first up, mate.
That's the most boring day at the footy I think I've had in a very long time.
but boring's good.
It's good. Is it not?
Boring's the best.
Is boring not amazing?
Boring is the best. I've wanted to be bored.
Yeah. It was stress-free. Like, just sat there.
Yeah.
I was having conversations. Like, not even looking at the game at times. Like, whatever. It's a foregone conclusion. We're going to win. It's fine. Like, we know what's going on here. Boring footy is good footy.
Yeah. It was very clinical, wasn't it? I mean, it's like I was almost scared to say it a little bit before the game. Like, we're better. Like, we're better. Like, we're better than them. And
Sometimes you're just a better fucking football team. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. Sometimes you know it, but performing it is the next thing. And footy's just a weird game. Anything can happen. And that's why I was a bit reserved to be totally confident about it. But, I mean, to go out there and perform the way they did, use the corridor the way they did, we found a few little gems in there. I don't know. I'm just relaxed and happy with what I'm seeing.
That's it. You hit the nail on there before. I think, as a fan base, we know there is a lot more to come. There's a lot. Like, just bank the points, get the win, 56-point win, did it easy. We kicked 137 points today, and I couldn't, like, you know, when you kick a high score, you're like, oh, fuck. Like, remember when we got on that, like, 10-goal run, and like, there was none of that. It was just, they just kept going. They just kept flowing. And it was stress-free. And I don't know. I know a few people prior to the game, even a few people at the stadium prior to the game, having a chat to me saying, "Oh, you know, danger game." There's no danger games anymore.
That's old Carlton.
We're not there. We're not there.
Yeah.
This is.
Why do
this
you
is
think
different
people
era.
can't move on? Why do you think it is?
There's some scars that run pretty deep. Pretty deep.
Fair.
There really
Okay.
are. Like there are some scars that run deep.
Yeah.
I get
I
it.
feel
Hey,
for
you know
them.
what?
No, I get it, but I also feel for them because it's like you're missing out.
They'll get there. Those groups will get there. I've seen it for what it is now. This is just stock standard. We will come up against poor sides and we will just win because we are better. That's where we're at. And think back to 3-4 years ago, we would come up against good sides and we would just lose because they were better. Doesn't matter how good we were on the day, we might have fallen just short. Doesn't matter how poor they might have been, we'd always fall just short. It's just where we're at. Where we're at.
Fair.
It's good. It is. It's really good. It's really good. It's fun. It's like, it's different and it's nice.
Yep. Mate, almost Blues Brothers Monday this week?
Yes. So obviously Easter Sunday, wogs, lunches, dinners, just couldn't get it done. So
Wogs, enough said.
Yeah, Monday night after the Blue Road show again this week. So no, it'll be good. It'll be good. But yeah, it's easy. Doing this shit's easy now. And this team is making it look very, very easy. I was spoke about Hollands, the Hollands boys. Played well. I thought Elijah took some time to get into it. And once he found his feet, once he found his groove, especially late in the game, he really, really came into it. So, yeah, it'll be interesting to see how he settles in. Ollie, I get it. I understand the effort, but I'm still, second year. I'm expecting to see a little bit more out of Ollie. So we'll keep tabs. But yeah.
Yeah, I think there might be a little piece there. I mean, look, if Walsh is available this week.
This is what I'm saying. So, like, Walsh, Martin, and Motlop, they are three names that come into this side instant once they're available. They just do. So, who goes out? Because you have to drop three players, right? This is where we're at. You have to drop three. And on form, unfortunately, there's going to be some unlucky boys. That's all.
That's also a good thing when
It's a
blokes
great
are
thing.
unlucky. Yeah.
Great thing. It's a thing that we have never, ever had to face with this group.
True.
So,
long may continue, mate. See you we'll see you Monday, and then next week, Freo. They're up. They're up.
Yeah.
10,
Yeah, I'm going.
42-32. A very low scoring game. I don't know if it's raining. I don't know what's going on.
No, it's
in
not
Perth.
raining. I'm watching it now. Just low scoring. I'm not sure why.
Okay.
But yes, I'm flying in Saturday morning, flying back Saturday night. So
beautiful.
It'll be good. Good fun. Hopefully another easy, boring win.
Long may it continue.
Enjoy, Tez.
All right, mate. Take it easy.
See you, mate.
See ya. Aris Damatakos.
Hi.
How you going, mate?
Is my presence pleasing you this week?
No.
No. Okay, that's all right. Thanks for watching.
Wait, where's the background? What's going on?
What?
Where's the backdrop?
I'm at my. Okay, so I'm not at the residence of the backdrop at the moment.
Oh, okay. Where are you?
Yes. I'm at my dad's house.
Oh,
It's
nice.
Yes.
Good to have you here, Ari. Look, you just put a smile on my face, mate. I like when you come on. That's all.
Thank you. I think I put a smile to a lot of people's faces, just across the board, I'd like to echo Joe's thoughts, and he said that he said it was a boring game of football, and I would like to agree. And he said that he had conversations. Yes, we want just settle down. Okay, what am I, a performing monkey, or like what's the go here?
Sorry, the people just know you as the stat man on the fan cams. I don't know what to say to you, mate. I'm not the one that put the label. They did.
I didn't put the label on myself. Anyway, it can wait. I got it, but just like
okay,
it can wait.
Sorry, go on.
Yeah, so Joe said that he was having conversations. I was having beverages throughout, and it was the game in which thanks, Maz. I see your comment. It was a game in which I felt a lot of kind of entertainment outside of the game, if that makes sense. Like the game was almost like not secondary, but like it was the storylines that fit almost outside of the game. Like Holland's first goal for the club, Fantasia's first goal for the club, the kind of the event within itself, the Good Friday game, 50,000 or whatever it was, like 40, like high 40,000. It was a rare time in which I think Carlton supporters could enjoy the external storylines in opposed to getting truly fixated on, oh my God, we're 13 points up with 5 minutes ago. We need to hold on, if that makes sense. Did you feel like that in a way? Because the game was done basically halfway through the third. I don't think a lot of.
I think I was.
That's how I felt anyway.
Yeah, no, I felt the game. I felt we were going to win the game from the first quarter, and to be honest, I watched the group in a different way in a win because I was like looking for little things now of who's continuing to keep the pressure and keep applying the pressure, who's continuing to push the standards even though we could be in cruise control.
What separates the good from the great?
Yeah, because I look at the group now, it's very hard to get a game in this team, and there are going to be like really unlucky guys every week. Like when Walshy's back, I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. And Cunningham as well when he's fit and healthy. Martin, like all of these guys. So I'm looking for those little things, and I think the winning is starting. It has. We have a momentum now of winning, which I'm really pleased with. So I don't know. I kept focus in the game, but I get what you're saying. Like it could be very easy to tune out, but I don't drink at the footy, so that probably helps.
I think it was a good day at the footy. Like the vibes were high, even like before the game, after the game, the vibes were high, I thought. But yeah, it was pleasing to see just a comfortable win because what is it? Our last 6 wins have been under a goal.
Yes.
And I mean, 4 of those have been basically 4 elimination finals in a row. And then the 2 at the start of this year, which probably the Brisbane one, you take the win, and then the Richmond one, it was probably should have been a lot more than what it was. But that's regardless. But yeah, what were your thoughts on the game? I did. Actually, no. I take that question back. What were your thoughts on Mr. Souvlaki?
Mick Larkey? You mean the baddest, biggest,
the big, bad,
strongest,
bustling,
toughest,
the most courageous,
real tough guy, Nick Larkey. What do I think about him?
I just want to kind of break the fourth wall here. I messaged you halfway through. I think it was when he gave away the 50 against McGovern, was it?
Yeah.
And then I messaged you saying big bad huge Nikolaki, and your response was effing glorify him one more time makes me sick. So I think that's your real thoughts on Mr. Nikolaki there.
I sent a disgusting text to Jasmina about
I
Nikolaki.
can imagine.
Disgusting. No, because I don't know. Maybe you can give me some feedback. I feel like I've gotten over it, and I didn't continue on with it.
Have you?
No, as in before tonight, I had not brought it up again. The Nikolaki.
Well, I like to counter that point. I avid watcher of the channel. I did watch the combined 22 video with Marnie, and
Yep.
you definitely did bring it up.
Yeah, but as in forgive him is what I'm saying. I felt like I had moved past it, right?
Okay, you're probably the better judge of that than me, but yeah, sure.
As in when I said to Marnie, it happened in 22, but we've forgiven him and we're moving on because he's a good
Okay,
player.
yeah, no, fair enough. Yeah. Okay.
So I was ready, willing, and able to get over it. And then he goes and does it again. No, I think I was also sensitive because Mitch copped a few knocks tonight. He got tunneled.
Yeah, he was
landed
battered,
weird.
bit bruised.
But yeah, I just think like he doesn't need to do it. He's a great footballer. He doesn't need to have
Shows a
this
bit of
part of
mongrel,
his
though.
game.
Shows a
Pardon?
bit of mongrel. Shows a bit of mongrel.
Yeah, but that's not
A bit
mongrel.
of-
That's weak.
Yeah, it is. Nah, no. Maybe
Like,
we said different.
take a pack mark, mate. That's tough.
He kicked 4 goals, 3 goals.
Kicked
3 or 4.
kicked 3. I think he kicked 3.
Yeah, that's a good
You
performance.
know what? It is what it is, mate. Do what you want, Lucky, you dog.
Speaking of which, how screwed would he be without Jacob Wearing? I think we saw the difference night and
Yeah.
day with him in the team. It's frightening, right?
But even weirder is like I thought he and Marchie both had some moments where they were just a fraction off the pace. Wiedering got into it.
I think Marchie. I mean, very unfortunate with what happened. Like I was on the other side of that incident, so I actually don't know, and I haven't watched it back.
Yeah.
I don't know the incident, but it seemed pretty nasty from where I was standing. So hopefully all is well there. But he
Mate.
did look a little bit.
Awful. Yeah.
Yeah, he did look a little bit off it, but you'd like to think that he'd warm into the game. And I did think he got better. But Wiedering, just it's the composure, it's the ability to position himself in the right places. It's just so many things that it's the intangibles. It's the it's not the disposals, it's not the marks, it's not the intercept possessions. It's just the intangibles that sets him apart from the rest. And
Yeah.
I also think it's a mentality thing. North kicking the ball inside 50 when Jacob Wearing's there compared to if he's not there. I think it's a completely different mentality for North. But
Yeah.
well, one of those things.
Oh well.
Don't have to play out
So
the game.
do you want to tell the people, or do you want me to tell the people about how you've quit doing the stats on the fan cams, or?
I've got absolutely no. So people, I don't rock up 1 week. One week I don't make an appearance, and he blows his lid.
Mate, the people were asking. That's all.
See,
I'm here
appreciate-
moderating, hundreds of people watching.
I truly appreciate it. But see, Terry, we all have lives outside of this whole thing. The fan cams against Richmond were at like midnight. I've got work. I've got business to attend to. You know what I mean?
Well, ladies and gentlemen, applications are now open for the new stat man.
That's fine. That's fine. Look. What is it they say? Imitation. What is it? Imitation is the sincerest form of flattery. Is that
Ari,
the phrase?
Maz summarized it perfectly.
I've got the stat. If you guys are just nice, I can give you the stat.
We have been nice. You're the one that quit and started doing stats
You're the one that's
exclusively
been
away from fan cams.
See, show Paul's comment. I don't have mod. Show Paul's
Yeah,
comment.
this is not a compliment to you, mate.
See, Paulo is on my wavelength on multiple things, and this is one of them.
Mate, do you have a stat for us, or do you not have a stat for us?
I do have a stat for you, but if you are nice and apologize, then I'll give it to you.
Apologize for what? You quit.
I didn't quit. I certainly did not quit.
I'm here. My camera just
Yeah, I was going to say you look.
No, I just knocked the cord.
Oh, well, see, get after. Like, come on, man.
This is what happens.
Professionalism.
Yeah, this is what happens when you quit on everyone.
Okay. Oh, here we go. AOS webcam. Get off the. Anyways,
We are back.
We're back. There we go. You look as gorgeous as ever. Would you like to start?
Fuck, mate. Yeah.
The last time Carlton kicked exactly 10 goals at halftime in a round 3 game was 1995.
Wow. Could you get a second stat? Do you reckon you could do 2?
Okay, so now you want the fun, and then you criticize me.
No,
for not
because
giving
I
you one.
know that you are now exclusively doing the stat on the besties. So
What exclusively? I'm not.
I've heard rumors, mate. I've heard rumors.
Rumors from her. From who rumors?
Well, we'll take it offline. There's,
Okay. Do you want another one?
Yeah, I would love another one. Have you got another one?
I can find you one quickly if you'd like. We kicked 5 goals 6. Here we go. We kicked 5 goals 6 today, and we kicked 5 goals 6 in round 3, 1995. And I doubt we kicked 5 at quarter time, and I doubt we've kicked 5 goals 6 at a quarter time in between. So I can quickly check for you, actually. 5 goals 6. Here we go.
Mate, that was fantastic. Wow, it's a real pleasure to have you back.
Thank you.
We missed you. We love you, and
I love you too, mate.
we hope that
Oh,
we hope that we get you next week. But we don't know.
Once again, I'll give you the friends and family discount.
Okay, what's the friends and family discount?
15%. We'll go 16%.
Can it be
16% off.
17%?
Well, 16%, and then when we win it, it'll be 17.
No, but we've
Like
already
your
got 16. We want to manifest 17.
Okay, fine. It can be 17. Okay, yeah, no, fair enough. Yeah. Okay. No, you've convinced me. You've done well. Yeah, 16. Yeah, or 17. Yeah.
Do you know what else is 17? What else costs 17?
The pins.
The
Bang.
pins, mate. Get your pins.
Promotion.
Do you know how many I saw today?
A lot, I assume.
Heaps.
Great. That's an awesome number. Heaps.
Ari, happy Easter. And
Likewise.
we'll see you soon, mate.
Hopefully.
Bye. Toby.
G'day, Tez. How are you, Matt?
Mate, so good. Now that you're here.
Tez, are you saying that in a good way or a bad way?
In a good way.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Because, I like talking to you as well, Matt. So,
mate,
you
you put a smile and you bring light to the fan cams every time you come on.
Oh, thank you, Terry. I appreciate that. And, Terry, I'll be going to Carlton, Adelaide in a couple of weeks. So if you guys want to get in contact with me somehow, I would be most willing to hopefully come and meet you guys. Either at the game, because you guys have made my life a massive, massive difference. And I always say it, but I would really look forward to meeting all of you. Because, as a Carlton supporter, there's, and I thought you guys, I was away for a couple of days, so I've just got back home today, down at Phillip Island, and I watched the jumper punch from the other night, and I thought all of you were hysterical. And my girlfriend was asking me, who's an Adelaide supporter, who I'm going with in a couple of weeks, and she said to me, "Hey, dear, can I come into the fan cams with you?" And I said, "If you want to, you're most welcome." Because she comments sometimes on this channel, and she loves the work as well, Matt. So yeah. But not going off topic. Thoughts on the game tonight? I thought we played really, really well. Really well. Go on.
No, mate, you go for it.
Because I thought, our ball movement was good at stages. And I agree with you on Larky. What the heck was he doing on McGovern? Like, if there's a free kick to be paid, hate. But Lucky carrying on and going, oh yeah, unlucky. I mean, mate, come on. Like, due where credit's due, but you can't sook in the AFL. Because if you sook in the AFL, you're going to, A1, get looked at by every other team in the competition. And 3, stop your whinging. And Terry, I reckon what you should do is go and have Yusuf Lucky, but go drive down Arden Street and go, hey, North Melbourne, you want this? You want this? There's Yusuf Lucky. You want it? Nah. Us Carlton supporters, we'll go take it and we'll eat it happily. Thank you very much. And we'll enjoy it. Because how much did we beat you by? Oh, let me think. 50 odd points? Ugh. Like, come on. And I'm sorry to say that, but, come on.
It was
Don't
just
have a
bit
whinge.
silly. It was just a bit
exactly.
silly. It's a bit dangerous, that's all. And also just, he has form.
Yeah, correct. Exactly. And, yeah, it's interesting. But, yeah, I'm loving the way we're playing, man. We just look so good. And our jumpers today, they looked really good. I like them.
You know what? They grew on me. When they first walked out, I thought, not a fan. And then they grew on me. I think they looked good in the photos as well. So maybe that was just the photographer as well. His camera was really nice lens. Whatever. If we're winning, I don't really care what they're wearing. That's the truth.
Oh, exactly. I don't care either. But, Terry, can you remember a game in 98, I think it was, preseason game, and we wore a navy blue jumper with a white thing down the middle, and it had a blue CFC?
No.
Okay. Because, we did that, and I remember my dad and me, so this is going way, way back, and I was doing stuff in Eltham at the time as a young kid. And Bruce Dool ran a post office so that, and Bruce Dool, you think, okay, he's shy. But I met him and I was like, whoa, okay. And every time we went in, he was like, now, gentlemen, how do you reckon the Blues are going to go today? And I remember when we played Adelaide in 97, when we wore those M&M jumpers, he was so upset. So upset. He was like, that's not a Carlton jumper. This is a Carlton jumper. Navy blue. We are not the M&M Blues. We are the Navy Blues.
Wow. That's a good memory, mate. That's a good memory by you.
Oh, mate. Terry, I can remember, there are a lot of people who don't know a lot of things about me, but what I can do is I can go from 1990 upwards every grand final.
Okay. We will put you to the test on that one day. Maybe we can film something, you and I.
All right. Yeah, sounds good. Sounds good, Matt. I would like that.
All right.
Cheers.
Well, Tobes, before I let you go, who was your unsung hero of the night?
Oh, I'm going to say, I thought Ori's played all right tonight. And I like Ori's. I like how he runs and attacks the footy. Because when he does that, he looks quick. And no one can get near him or stop him. So he's my player of the game tonight.
All right.
Don't know why, but just something different.
I like it. I like it. Toby, thanks as always for tuning in, mate, and calling in.
No problem,
and
mate.
we'll see you next week.
Happy Easter to everybody. Have a good Easter and go Baggers.
Go Baggers. See you, mate. Playboy Costy, $4.49 a super sticker. I can't see it, but thank you. All right, one more. Jer?
Hello, Terry. How you going?
Hey, mate. How are you?
Not bad. I said it was going to be 50 plus, and it was. So that was good. I mean, some of my friends who hate Carlton said, "Oh, you didn't beat anyone," but I thought they played well.
Oh, you can only beat who you play, and for us, that's the type of game that we haven't looked convincing in for quite some time. So that was good.
Mm-hmm. I thought Patrick Cripps would have been nearly the best again, and Mackay. and Hollands, Elijah was very good in the last quarter, wasn't
Yeah.
that mark he took? But they're looking like with Kemp coming back, I guess, with Marchbank out, with Motlop, Walsh, a few other, Martin when he ever comes back. They're looking pretty strong in depth, which has been a long time since I've seen Carlton like this.
It's probably what you want after round 3. Undefeated, players to come back, better form to come, bit more consistency, like still some room for improvement. You don't want to peak too early. As long as you're getting wins on the board, healthy percentage, it's just really unusual to be this calm.
Yeah, that was. I didn't think they were going to lose it at all after the second quarter at half time. But it's good. They needed a good win for their percentage, didn't they?
Yeah.
After the first 2 weeks, I mean they're third, so I don't know how Fremantle are going at the moment, but at least we don't play Adelaide in Adelaide, which is a bonus because at least it's neutral territory. How's that?
That's true.
Who do you think the best was?
Thought Harry was our best. I'm going to give probably doing a bit.
Would Cripps get more Brownlow votes, you reckon?
Maybe. Proven vote getter.
Yeah, because he had over 30 possessions again. I mean, he must be leading a lot of votes. I mean, I know Mackay's been very good too.
Mm-hmm.
So I know it's only round 3 and we've got the year to go, but all you can do is win, isn't it?
That's true. That's very true.
Win well.
Awesome.
So,
all right, mate. Well,
yeah, all right.
Thanks so much for calling in.
No worries. All right. Thanks, Terry. Thanks.
See you, mate. All right. That's the fan cams. You know what I'd like to know? I'd like to know if... Oh, mate, hang on a minute. Oh, great. We're going to watch the presser. Well, I'm going to watch the presser. You're all welcome to join me. So give me a sec. Let me share my screen. Let's do it. Let's watch the presser. Oh, let's watch Elijah post-match first.
Game number one is a blue, mate. How good's that? Perfect. Obviously, today was a really important game for us with the Good Friday appeal. So, yeah, it was great to get the job done and play a 120-minute game of footy. So, yeah, everyone's glad.
Family in the room, spoke to your old man before the game. I guess what was the week like for you, letting them know that this was the week that you'd be debuting?
Yeah, pretty cool. A bit emotional, I guess. Obviously, been a big summer since coming into the club and being able to join up with Ol. And then, to find out that I was going to get a run this week it was quite emotional. I sort of taken the last couple of days to find a lot of gratitude, really. Grateful for the coaches and the boys to being able to back me in and come in this week and play a role. And I hope that I was able to do that for them.
You're waiting with bated breath for the first 2 weeks. What was it like watching on and then compared to being out there today?
Yeah, obviously, the first 2 weeks were just sort of edge of your seat sort of stuff. So, yeah, they were tough watches almost, but obviously jubilant at the end. So, today, being able to come in and just play footy, mate, I was just keen to play some footy. And then to be able to play ones was great, and then to be able to win was great. So we'll look over it in the next couple of days and get ready for gather out next week.
Big second half. Got your first Carlton goal as well, mate. I guess, what did you make of your performance?
Warmed into it. Couldn't pick the ball up for a little bit, but that's okay. It's a better second half, so I'll look at it during the week with the coaches and a few of the boys, and then hopefully next week I gather around can tighten a few things up. But happy.
What was the moment like when you went back and stopped that set shot?
Well, initially I thought I'd dropped this off the side of my foot because it sort of rolled forward, my ball dropped, so I didn't really want to look up. But then I heard a couple of cheers and I looked up and it was going straight through. So, that was good. That was cool. Thanks to Fish to taking my legs out so I was able to get a look at it. But, nice moment.
And what conversations have you had with the family in here post-match?
Sort of similar stuff. Everyone's a little bit emotional, but mostly proud and excited. It was a good week for Ollie and I. Today was pretty cool. We'll go have dinner tonight and talk about it more, but I think everyone's pretty happy.
And just finally, I guess, did the fact that it was the Good Friday Super Clash help with
taking your mind off the game and putting smiles on the faces of a few kids that ran Icon Park this week?
Absolutely. I think those couple of mistakes earlier, but we're lucky that they were early, not late, because that was still front of mind. But yeah, so obviously today was more about the Good Friday appeal than what it was at the game of footy between us and North. So we just hope that today we're able to put a smile on a lot of Blues fans and hopefully a lot of footy fans as well. And so yeah, it was an important game for us.
On to the next one.
Yeah.
How good. That's brilliant. Where's the presser? Here we go.
So this is Ollie, everyone.
You can't be serious with that question. You just can't.
In the way of the method? No, he went through a journey like all of us last year, and he found some challenges.
Just gets me every time when I hear questions from people that haven't researched.
He had to work his way through, and it's amazing when you sort of take the time to probably work through that, and it doesn't always. And we'll support him wherever we possibly can, and also for the courage he's been able to show to speak out. And one thing with Eddie is that he always comes from a really educational approach, and he's got amazing humility when it comes to that. When the temptation would be to do something else, and so whatever we need to do, we'll certainly support where we can.
There you go. There's Vossi. The trumpet's got a workout. Yeah, I only saw the Eddie Betts footage today, this afternoon. So that was shocking. So definitely want to touch on that. Which is wild. It's actually wild that we are still living in a world where that actually still happens. But nonetheless, it is what it is. Unfortunately, the world is dark, and you just got to add light to it where you can. That's my experience. All right. That's fan camps, guys. Nice little 2-hour, 10-minute session. Thanks for tuning in. 3-0 on top of the world. The Crows, I'll just give you an update. The Dockers have beaten the Crows 9 goals, 15, 69 to 4 goals, 10, 34. Well, the Crows can't score. What's going on? So the Dockers by 35, and that is who we will play next week. So we will move on pretty quickly, I think. Tomorrow morning, I'll have the review out for this game. Sunday, there's no Almost Blues Brothers, but Pommy and I will do the rating show instead on the Sunday. So I would predict like a 7 p.m. Sunday night. So make sure you tune in. I dare say we might see a few 10s. Maybe Harry might get another 10. I don't know how that's going to work out, but I think Harry might be getting another 10. We'll see how that one plays out. And then next week, back into it. Monday, BA show, Almost Blues Brothers. Tuesday, Jumper Punch. Wednesday, Navy Blue Corner. So on and so forth. How good's this? 12 games in a row to come. 12 weekends in a row of Carlton footy. So have a good night. Have a good Easter. If this is your Easter, have a great one. And as always, go Blues. See you guys.